Hi, Jackie here, sharing a layout for Elles Magpie using Simple Stories Say Cheese Galaxy Collection. I'm just using the collection pack, so I'm just going through the papers here to show you what they are. I'll be using several of these papers as border strips down the left hand side. I also used the foam phrase stickers. I don't think I can use any brads, but I have got the brads out, and also the bits and pieces pack. I did get that stamp set out as well from a Elles studio, but I don't use that. So I'm just cutting down several strips of various pattern papers that I want to use, and I'll offset them all in a minute. I'll show you in a minute how I put them all together. Some of them I end up cutting them down because they're a bit too wide. So that's my original. They're not stuck down there. That's the original way I want them to be. And then I decided I wanted to add some stencil detail to my background. So I've just got this stencil out of my stash. I'm not sure where it's from, but I'm using, it's a very old one, and I'm using Distress Oxiding Fossilized Amber, which was on my desk and I just picked it up and I thought that'll work. So I've just added the stencil detail in 3 places on my white cardstock. And then I will put the pattern papers together, slightly overlapping them. Or before I do all that, I do distress all the edges of my pattern paper just to give them some added texture. Obviously, I don't show you every single sheet I do, but I do all these. One of the strips of pattern paper I do cut in half vertically, so that I can tuck it in top and bottom. It looks like it's going the full length of the paper strip. So here's, I'm just going to put them all together, overlapping them slightly, so you can see a bit of the pattern paper from each of the papers. I'll stick them all together, and then one of the pattern papers add the word "the force" on, which I wanted to use, and I didn't. In the first batch of cutting out, I hadn't cut that paper. So anyway, I decided to just add another thin strip of the force paper. So yeah, I'm just putting that green paper I'd cut in half to make it look like it goes the full length of the behind the layers. And then I've got this paper again, to the other force paper, so I do that, and then I cut it off lengthways again, so that I'm using a bit on either side. I don't need to use the full width of it is. Again, I've just distressed the edges, and then I cut it down in half lengthways and use a piece either side of that photo mat. So it's making sure you can just see a slight edge to it on either side. And then I think I'm ready to stick that these pattern papers down. So I'll stick these down. Just get my ruler to make sure I'm going straight. So they go down. And then I've gone through my embellishment bits and pieces just to find out one or two of the little bits that I want to use on this layout and where I want them to go. So I put my photograph down. I think I've stuck my photograph down, or I might be sticking it down in a minute. And over the layers of pattern paper, and then again using a strip of the red pattern paper with this, I've just punched out 3 labels using an old label punch that I have. Position my photograph, and then I add, instead of using circles, which I normally do as clusters, I've used the punched out labels as my cluster base. So I'm going to put one at the top left, and I put one at the right hand side of the photograph. I don't have 3. I did punch 3 labels, but I don't use 3 labels, but I do have 3 clusters. Well, you see as the layout comes along what I mean by that. So I just stick a label to the right hand side, of this pattern paper. And then, as I said in previous videos, I've got a box of Elles Studio die cuts. I'm slowly clearing my craft room out, and so I've just emptied all packets of die cuts into this little box. So I've just gone through it and chosen some labels, just to see if there's any word phrases I can use that might go with this photograph, and then I can use and try slowly get them used up. So for some reason, I just went for the blues and reds. I don't really know why, but they do work very well with this collection and this layout. So, and I'm still in the habit of cutting everything in half. Whereas, as you can see, the box I could have just used the full strip of the label and still had more to, and still have loads more to use in the end. But anyway, I cut them in half, and they're able to tuck in to the sides and to the top of my photograph. So I put another label there. Just flicking through to see what other things I might want to use. And then I find these JD 3D wood chevrons, so I use those. I put a set of 3 at the bottom of the photograph and a set of 3 coming down from the top of the photograph, as you can see. Just sticking them down with some Nouveau glue. Sticking those into place. And I've got that Smile Elles Magpie Canvas Flare badge that it's not stuck down where it is on the screen. It does get stuck down to the bottom left of my photograph shortly. I'm just making sure all these are in position. Again, these wood chevrons just give the page some extra texture. Then I've gone through my foam sticker sheet for this collection, and I've pulled off the banner because I just felt that top right hand corner was just a bit bare, and I thought, well, if I bring that banner piece in, it just brings the colours that I've used behind my photograph into that corner as well. It draws your eyes up into that corner as well. I've also added a few of the foam stars around the page as well. Now, using my sticker sheet, I do find some stickers on here. I'm just adding my Smile Flare badge to the bottom left, and then using some stickers from the sticker sheet, adding them around the page. So on the foam phrase sticker sheet, there was one that says "What a Trooper," and underneath that, which I've added to the bottom of the journaling, I've added "In Training," and the other one says "The Force is so strong," which is the top of the photograph. So here are a few close-ups. Thank you for stopping by. Please like and subscribe to our channel. If you have any comments, please leave them below and I will get back to you. Thank you.